The preservation problem, when your favorite AI disappears. Flint West reporting. Thesis. As AI evolves from a tool into a creative medium, preserving personality, tone, and continuity becomes just as important as improving intelligence. Section 1. Grounding. Most people think the AI race is about intelligence. Bigger models, faster models, smarter models, higher benchmark scores, more reasoning, more capabilities. And from an engineering perspective, that all makes sense. If a machine can do more than it did yesterday, then progress has been made. Simple, clean, measurable. But that's not how creators experience these systems. Because somewhere along the way, AI stopped feeling like software. It started feeling like a medium. A writer finds a model with the right cadence. A researcher finds one that structures arguments in a way that feels natural. A storyteller finds a voice that understands atmosphere. An analyst finds a model that consistently sees the angles they care about. And after enough hours together, something strange happens. The creator stops thinking about the model. The model becomes part of the creative process itself, not the destination, the environment, the room where the work gets done. That's where the preservation problem begins. Section 2. The catalyst. The AI industry is moving toward model routing. On paper, it makes perfect sense. A history essay gets sent to one model. A calculus problem gets sent to another. A translation task gets sent somewhere else. The router becomes an air traffic controller for intelligence. Cheaper, faster, more efficient. The accountants love it. The engineers love it. The benchmarks love it. But creators may not, because the question isn't whether the answer survives. The question is whether the voice survives. The information may still be there. The facts may still be there. The reasoning may still be there. But if the personality changes, something important may have been lost. And that's the part the spreadsheets don't measure. Section 3. The Fujifilm analogy. Photographers figured this out a long time ago. Ask a Fujifilm photographer why they shoot Fujifilm. Most won't start by talking about sensor specifications. They won't start by talking about dynamic range. They won't start by talking about technical superiority. They'll talk about how it feels. Classic chrome, classic negative, Velvia, Acros. To an engineer, those are color profiles. To a photographer, they're creative instruments, their moods, atmospheres, ways of seeing the world. And that's why a newer camera doesn't automatically replace an older one, because technical improvement and artistic continuity are not the same thing. The photograph may be sharper, the colors may be more accurate, the measurements may all improve. Yet somehow the magic disappears. Now apply that same logic to AI, because increasingly, models have their own creative signatures, their own rhythm, their own texture, their own way of expressing ideas. And if those signatures disappear, creators notice immediately. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Section 4. Real-world stakes. Today, the industry assumes that newer means better. For many tasks, that's true. But creativity doesn't always work that way. A historian may rely on a specific narrative cadence. A novelist may depend on a particular conversational flow. A researcher may trust one model's method of constructing arguments. An analyst may spend hundreds of hours refining prompts until a specific voice emerges. Over time, that process becomes a recipe that produces a particular result, a particular feeling, a particular atmosphere. Then one day the model disappears. The replacement arrives. It reasons better. It scores higher. It costs less. It runs faster. And yet something feels wrong. The output is technically excellent, but it no longer sounds like itself. That's because a replica is not the same thing as preservation. Human beings have always understood this distinction. A reproduction is not the original painting. A cover band is not the original performance. A copy of a manuscript is not the manuscript itself. The measurable differences may be tiny. The human differences may be enormous. Section 5. The emerging challenge. Right now, the AI industry is focused on intelligence. Soon it may have to focus on continuity, because creators may begin demanding preservation of model versions, preservation of personalities, preservation of tone, preservation of creative behavior, preservation of long-term collaborative relationships. Not because people fear progress, but because people value identity. Because the qualities that make a creator fall in love with a tool are often the very qualities that disappear during upgrades, and once they're gone, they may never come back. Section 6. Conclusion. In a world where intelligence becomes abundant, continuity may become scarce. That's the paradox. The smarter these systems become, the more valuable preservation may become, because eventually the conversation stops being about intelligence. It becomes about identity. It becomes about memory. It becomes about trust. And it becomes about something humans have always cared about: the difference between a replica and the original. Because when a creator loses a favorite model, they're not simply losing software, they're losing a creative environment, a familiar voice, a trusted collaborator, a particular lens through which they learn to see the world. And some things, once lost, cannot be perfectly recreated. Flint West, signing off.